Well, hello there, my silly gooses. This is your midweek breakdown from G2. I am here to just talk about anything and everything for the next, 10 to 20 minutes here. And the first thing I want to start off with, first and foremost, how are you? Hope your day and hope your week has been doing you well, and hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week as well. But yeah, that's the first thing I want to start off with. Second thing, I want to start off with some rules of etiquette. First rule of etiquette: if you have a time to be somewhere, be there at the designated time that you are supposed to be there. This past week, weekend, excuse me, I was supposed to be somewhere with a group of people. I got there at the designated time. Certain people were not there, and I was highly upset because I'm a man of poignant. I like to be there when somebody says be there at that specific time. I be there right at that time, or if anything, I be there minutes earlier just so I won't be late. And as usual, people always come in straddling late. And what got me more pissed off was that it was on a Saturday. Saturdays in the morning, bright and early morning. And let me backtrack that. Not bright or early morning where the sun is up. I mean bright and early morning as in, like, it's still dark a little bit and the sky is about to hit that midnight shade of blue before the sun starts peeking itself up and you can see it. That type of situation there. I was pissed off at that because I couldn't get any type of breakfast. Now, for the people that know me, they know I don't eat breakfast in the morning like that. But this day, I wanted breakfast because it's the weekend and I'm up at an ungodly time to be up. And I couldn't get it. But when I saw people come in that were late carrying breakfast, it made me more upset. It made me have the author fist meme. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It made me highly upset, but I just swallowed my pride. I swallowed everything just to make sure I didn't cause a fuss or muss, because I'm not trying to be that person, because I'm trying to be better. So if you have somewhere that you're supposed to be there on time, because if not, guess what? You're going to meet someone that's like myself, but they're not going to be as nice as me. They might be a legit person that's just going to want to yell and rip your freaking head off because guess what? You were supposed to be there at a specific time. Second thing, elder gentlemen. And since today is Wednesday, for people that are listening to this on the Wednesday, the first day that it drops, if you listen to the days after it, just still heed this warning here. Elderly gentlemen, I can't say this for women, but if this applies to you, let this apply to you. Wash your flipping hands after you get out of the restrooms. I'll say it again. Wash your hands after you get out of the restrooms. I don't know what it is with elderly gentlemen after they use the restroom. For some ungodly reason, they don't use the freaking sinks. They don't wash their hands. It boggled my mind. I had to go out yesterday, after I got done working out to pick up some stuff, had to run some errands. And I went to the store, I went and used the restroom, and you had to go to the urinal. Cool, did that. Probably too much information. I'm sorry about that, but just hear me out here. Go there, and I'm looking at the sinks just to see. And one guy comes out, and they don't use the freaking sinks. They just walk away. I was like, hold on, first and foremost, that's nasty. Secondly, I was like, this heathen, so that puts him on a list of someone that if I see him anywhere to where I gotta pick something up, I gotta grab my stuff, because I'll be damned if I pick something up after him. That just going to make me just lose my mind, and my mind goes into different places. So just bear with me here. So that was one guy. And then another elderly man didn't wash his hands after the fact. I was really bugging, so that puts another person on my list. And then, also, guys, elderly men, please don't come next to the urinal, next to where someone else is using it, literally side by side them. Because that is the most uncomfortable thing you could actually do to another man. Legitimately. It's like you I'm not saying that you want to see another man's privates, but come on, dog. If you have a urinal. If there's 3 urinals on a wall, usually in a men's restroom, there's usually one guy using one at the end, the middle one's empty, and then guess what? The other one at the end is being used. You always have one that's in between someone spaced out without them using it. That is the rule. That is literally the unwritten rule in a men's restroom at a urinal. But for some reason, an elderly man didn't want to follow that rule, and I had to quickly get on up out of there. But I washed my hands before I got out of there because, again, I'm not a slack, disgusting, heathen mongrel. Wash your damn hands. And also, guys, do not go next to another man in the urinal. Keep that middle one empty. Keep it as a space. That's all I'm asking. Just do that. Those are some etiquette tips that you are easy to do. I mean, those are literally the bottom of the barrel of etiquette tips that you have to do. And I wanted to say that because I don't think people are literally following those etiquette rules. I don't think so. But I digress. Whenever more etiquette stuff that I see actually not being followed, believe me, I'm going to run right back up on here and I'm going to give you guys more etiquette lessons. Now, on to the big thing I actually did want to talk about before I got into the etiquette. Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the biggest supervillain in COVID time. Matter of fact, scratch that, throughout his whole presidency. From 2016 through 2020, Donald Trump was not the most liked guy by the American citizens. I mean, yeah, certain people that actually liked him, his supporters and all that, but if you took a general poll from the people, you'd probably get about a good, 60-40. 60 probably saying they didn't really rock with Trump, but 40 probably saying, okay, he was actually all right or whatever. But here's my reasoning why I'm talking about Donald Trump. For people that were not keeping up with the news this past, week in and so far this week so far, Donald Trump put out a tweet, but it's not on Twitter, it's on his social media app, Truth Social, and he put out a post Saturday in the morning. In the post, it read, "The far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back." Now, I did not know about any of this whole hullabaloo literally until Sunday I knew about that. I got a Instagram message from someone, and I was just trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out, what is Trump going to be getting arrested for? What is it? So then more stuff started to come out, and they started to first say it was going to be because of him lying about paying off adult film star Stormy Daniels. And first of all, before I have to get on to that, I am shocked that the news is saying porn star. They usually would say something like adult film star, but no, they actually said porn star. I just want to throw that out there. Again, that's just telling me what we're in and the times that we're in. When the actual news is saying, you know what, we're going to go with porn star, no more adult star. But I digress. Trump is getting arrested, at least that's what the first thing was about. Him lying about sleeping and having hush money to Stormy Daniels back whenever he was running for presidential candidacy in 2016. That was the first thing they said that he was supposed to get arrested for. Now, as it comes out, Tuesday night, David Muir was watching, and they're mentioning about how they're trying to get Trump for the Mar-a-Lago files that he had at Mar-a-Lago, the presidential files that he had at Mar-a-Lago, And I don't get, what are they trying to get him for? I don't get it. It seems to me they're trying just to pin something on Trump because they can't really get him for the January 6th rebellion, insurrection, terrorism attack, whatever the hell you want to call it. It seems to me they're trying to get something to stick him with. Now, I'm not mad at that because, again, I've said it before, and if you didn't hear from me before, I'll say it now. There are people out here that have gotten arrested, that have done heinous crimes before, and they gotten away with it. But this time, the thing that they got arrested for was something probably less criminal, but whenever they go and get sentenced or they get arrested and it's time for their sentencing, they go and get put away for a absurd allotment amount of time. And usually we all, as a consensus, will say the reason why that person has that allotted amount of time was because they didn't get them before for the crime that they committed, but they got away with. They're now able to make up for that with this said crime. So, in the instance of O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson and the killings of his ex-wife and the other dude, O.J. Simpson got away with it. He was found not guilty, and then years later, he tried to take back his stuff, but he did also kidnapping at the same time. He ends up going to jail for that, but he goes to jail for a allotted amount of time, which everybody thought, damn, he went to jail for this and for that amount of time for this? We all know what he really went to jail for and why they gave him that much time was because they couldn't get him the first time. Same thing with mob bosses. Mob bosses, the famous ones, they didn't really go to jail for like killing people. They went to jail for like the tax evasion or something that is of lesser variety, but when you see how much time they spent in jail, again, that time is more allotted for the crimes that they were not able to stick them with. And that's the reason why those people stay in jail for that big, absurd amount of time. Now, with Trump on this instance, again, the insurrection, I think that's the biggest thing that is a real like detriment whenever it comes down to Trump as a person. Everybody will always remember Donald Trump as one, being a celebrity guy, two, being a president of the United States, and everybody's going to really still to this day wonder how did he become president. And third, he was the guy leading the charge on the insurrection. Now, again, this is still allegedly because he was not found guilty of that, so I got to put alleged, but come on now. He brought the protesters down there. He had his little speech saying, I'll meet you guys over there. He never met the people over there. That's all been documented, so you can look at that, but still, you gotta say allegedly. Trump is the head guy, and all of his other little minions, and I mean by minions, I mean like the supporters that went to the Capitol building and did what they did over there, they have all slowly but surely starting to get found guilty, and they're going to be spending some time in jail, and that's just what it is with that. You just haven't been able to nail Trump. And right now, the New York City, the New York legal system have not said what the indictment is going to be if they happen to get Trump. And I feel that if Trump gets indicted, it's going to be a real surprising day because finally, one, you actually got him, but two, I think just like a lot of people in America in general, I don't think Trump's ever going to get arrested. I don't think he ever is. Whether it's for the presidential files is in Mar-a-Lago, whether it's the insurrection situation, or the hush money from stories to Stormy Daniels, I don't think he's ever going to get arrested. So let me break this down for you. The presidential files in Mar-a-Lago, I don't think that's such a big deal now in hindsight because yes, he had presidential files. He had files that were not supposed to be in this place of Mar-a-Lago. But then when you look at it, you had other people that had files. You had Joe Biden who had files whenever he was vice president at his place that his people ended up turning over to the government. You had Mike Pence who had classified documents in his home and that got turned over to the government. I just don't think that having classified documents at your home is such a big offense now, since now you see two top people besides Trump having classified documents in their possession at their home. And personally, I think probably other presidents probably had documented files or classified document files at their place of work or their home, and that's just what it is. Again, why would you want to take documents to your home? I don't know. You're done with the job. I don't get it. It's probably to pass down to other people that you're probably close to that want not presidential, but political aspirations or just try to get a spot in politics. They might want those documents to look at them. I don't know. those are just me having a theory with it. But him with the Mar-a-Lago documents, I don't think that's such a big thing, and I don't think that he's going to jail for that. All right, let's go to the second thing. The Stormy Daniels. The Virginia hush money. That is crazy when you think about it. You might go to jail or might get arrested because you lied about paying a adult film actress money to keep a affair secret. That is absurd. Yes, he did that. Congrats. Cool. There's plenty of top people in business enterprises that run companies that probably have slept with adult film stars, or probably slept with secretaries, or slept with other people in the office spaces or wherever it may have you. And they probably kept them quiet by paying them money. That has happened. We've seen it. Movies documented it. There's documentaries on it. It's gone down before, okay? I don't know what makes Donald Trump the exception to make you say, okay, we're going to get him for that. That is stupid. To the point now that Stormy Daniels now has to beef up security because she's been getting threats about people going after her if Trump happens to get arrested. That is ridiculous. First and foremost, that's another thing of etiquette. Don't try to go after somebody. You guys that are fans or supporters of someone, don't try to say you're going to threaten someone and harm them in person because they're going against your favorite person that you're supporting at the time. That's ridiculous. You're putting yourself at risk because guess what? A lot of these people that you might say, hey, yo, I'm a supporter of them and I want to help them out, and you're going to go and try to take out their opposition. Guess what? That person that you're supporting, they might not help you out in the end. That's just the truth of it all. So for the people that say this about Stormy Daniels, and they want to hurt her because of quote unquote, they think that she's lying about Donald Trump paying her hush money and all this and all that, just let that go. Let the courts do what they got to do with that situation. If it ever comes to that, again, I don't ever seen it coming to that. That's just me on that one. But let Stormy Daniels be, and also government. Yo, again, that's crazy to be arresting him for some Virginia hush money. That is crazy. Now to the main one. The insurrection, terrorism attack on America. That's the one they should be getting him with. That's the one they should be charging him with. But some reason, somehow, that's not the one that was not mentioned in this weekend or these past 2 days on the news about we're finally going to get Trump for insurrection. There's been no mention of that. It's only been of the Mar-a-Lago and Stormy Daniels stuff. That is absurd to me. But if he happens to get arrested, best believe it's more than likely because of the insurrection stuff. So that's just my whole thoughts on it right now. Again, we're in the middle of the week. If you listen to this on Wednesday when this drops, but if you listen to this after this, they probably have more information that's out right now, and I'm more than likely going to be covering that on Sunday's episode. But as of right now, we're all just waiting to see what's going to go down with Donald Trump and if he's going to be indicted. But with all that truly being said, this has been your Wednesday episode midweek breakdown. I have been your host, G2, and it's time for me to get you guys out of here. But before I do that, I have a Sunday episode called Tired. If you have not listened to that, go to it and listen to it. And if you listen to professional wrestling or watch professional wrestling, I have a Saturday episode, Wrestling Highlights of the Week. It is available right now. You go ahead and listen to that one too. Now for the song of the week, it is Billy Sings Rolled Up featuring Mark DeMarco. This was a song that I found during quarantine time, I believe 2021 or going into 2022. It's a great song just to kick back and relax to, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I want you guys to have a great rest of your day. Be blessed. And again, this is Billy Sings Rolled Up featuring Mark DeMarco.
Rolled up, tossed out, trying to understand why my life's gone south. Oh, I'm holed up, locked down, shut in, held down. There you are, right out of bed, the lucky child, never had
turn it back.